Hello students, today we will be learning with 7th experiment of mobile application development lab, that is to convert text to speech application. For that we require one text view, text to speech application, and one input box, that is edit text, where we enter the text which has to be converted to speech, and third one is the button which says convert text to speech. So let's start with Android project. Create new project, select empty activity, click next, give the project name suitably, click finish. Go to activity main.xml. So by default, there will be one text box. So I will use the same thing for writing the heading. I'll minimize this. I'll select this. Go to attributes. Instead of hello world, I will write the heading as text to speech application. If you want, you can change the color and select it. You can make it bold and increase the font size. I will make it as 24 SP and select this bold, apply. So after this, we require one edit text. For that, click on palette, select text, plain text, select that and drag it and drop it in the activity area. As usual, complete with constraints, that is with respect to activity area. So once that has been done, you can place it a little above and select the attributes. By default, it will be name. I will write enter the text. You can increase the font size, scroll down, click here, click 24. So this completes our second part. Third part is including the button. So go to common, select button, drag and drop it in activity area. And again, connect the constraints. Then select that and go to attributes, change its name to convert text to speech. By default, it will be button. Convert text to speech. You can increase the font size and do other things. Now click on split and make sure you know the ID of this edit text. So which has edit text, text person name. So I will just make it as edit text, and with respect to button, it is button. Okay, these two IDs we will be using in MainActivity.java. So this completes our UI design. Coming with MainActivity.java, just now I specified about edit text and the button. So we will add IDs with respect to it. Use button and create one object of it. So I will call that as B, and next edit text. edit text. I will call it as text itself. And I have to bind these two variables with respect to XML IDs. So for that, we have to write B is equal to button and call find view by ID method. And with respect to r dot id dot, since it is button, we have to select button there. That is the ID that we saw in XML code. Next, similarly, we have to do it for edit text also. Before doing that, since button, when clicked, some action should be taken place, we call b dot set on click listener for that. And I will write this. Next, do similarly for edit text. So I've given that as name as text. I will use it. Text is equal to edit text. Call find view by ID method of, for which we are linking to r dot id dot edit text. So this is the ID that we have set in XML code. So just edit text or this text is, we need not click there and do some action. So we will not call set on click listener for that. And this keyword is showing error. So just single click on that, select this, click on second one. It will ask us for implements interface. So it will add, and at the same time, it will call on click method for us. And here we will be writing the after click action. Before we fill this part, we have yet another thing important to be known. That is nothing but Android allows us to convert text into voice automatically, and it will generate a voice or sound file for us. So that to be created, we have to use text to speech class. So that I will be writing text to speech class. With respect to that, I will be creating one object, and this we will make use of it. This text to speech instance can only be used to synthesize text once it has been completed its initialization. To that, we have to implement text to speech on init listener interface. So that we will be doing now. I will go to presentation mode, view. Text to speech, new text to speech. It takes two parameters, that is get application context, and the second parameter is anonymous interface that we will be defining. So new text to speech on init listener. So when I press T, we are getting auto suggest. So I'll just enter. We have this on init listener and a callback to on init method, which returns on the success status. That is initialization completed. What it tells us, once we tell a speak or invoke a text to speech object, we have text-to-speech engine getting initialized, and that success or failure of completion is given in this status. Based on this, only on the success state, we convert text-to-speech. So how to check? This is inbuilt. Using if condition, I will write if status not equal to what? That is this object's that is error. Text to speech dot error. So if the status is not error, then I will set the properties. One of such properties is setting the language. So I'll use the object dot set language. There are so many other options, but one I will use, that is set language, which takes locally object as a parameter. I will use, and it will auto suggest English. If you want, you can select other languages too. And this whole thing expects semicolon here, end with semicolon. So this completes the initialization of text-to-speech engine. Coming with on-click view or on-click method, here we will be writing, or here we will be calling speak method with respect to text-to-speech object. So use text-to-speech dot speak. This take 3 parameters. The first parameter is whatever we have given in the edit text. That edit text in Java, we know it as, let me show you, we know it as text. So that I will be using text, and we have to extract it. So get text, and we also have to convert that to string. So to string. Extract from the input edit text and convert that into string. Once we have extracted, we will be writing or calling text to speech dot qflush. So what this means, whenever we have a sentence or our previous sound files or text data inside that queue, it will flush it and have this as a new entry every time when we run the app. So that is why we will be using qflush there. And the third parameter can be set it as null, but it can also take the third parameter as any one of this parameters, that is setting the volume or something like key param, that is adding like a pitch adjust, and also that can be added here, but it can also be set to null, end with semicolon. So this completes our text to speech application. I will exit from a presentation mode and I will run the application. This is how UI looks like. This is edit text view. This is edit text. This is button. So you can enter the text that has to get converted to speech. I will write hello Soumya. Once it has been done, you can click here. You can click convert text to speech.
Hello, Soumya.
So this completes our application.
Hello, Sonia.